Roshni Tiwari, Anubhuti co-head of PiCA, and Vindyavali, Anubhuti head of PiCA, in association with Women Development Cell, welcome you all to today's event. We present you all with yet another talk event. A very warm welcome to Captain Tanuja Kabre, ma'am. We are honored to have you as our lecturer today.
Thank you.
Today, Captain Tanuja Kabre, ma'am, will be guiding us about the career opportunities for students in defense, particularly for women. Before we start, allow me to introduce our guest. She is a retired army officer who has chosen to follow her passion at every junction in her career path. A graduate in physics, postgraduate diploma in school counseling, PGDBM in general management, is a scholar right before us. She has served 5 years for our country as an adjutant in Rajouri, Jammu and Kashmir, and retired as a captain from Mahau, Indore as a barrack store officer. She was selected for the Army Marksmanship Unit in Mahau for pistol shooting. She has made remarkable contributions to various flood relief operations in the Northeast. After visiting various schools and colleges as a motivational speaker, she realized that there is a huge gap between the existing schooling system and opportunities to learn leadership skills in various careers. She came up with a unique idea to develop a campsite in a severe jungle near Mumbai and started her very own brainchild, Fauji ki Paathshala. So let's begin with the lecture from a real life hero among us, Captain Tanuja Kabre. Ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, Roshni.
Yeah.
And thank you, the principal of PiCA College, for inviting me and organizing this fantastic talk show. Because it's really overwhelming to see so many participants today in the afternoon, especially. And it's nice to know that you all are very much interested in the different career in defense. So it's really my pleasure to be here today. Am I audible properly?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope there is, yeah, okay.
It's our honor.
So, yes. So, see, friends, every information is available on Google nowadays. You all, those who are really interested in joining armed forces must have gone through some or the other information. Nowadays, a lot of marketing is being done by the central government about join in Navy, join in the Air Force, join in Army. The Army Day, Air Force Day, Navy Day are celebrated in the larger scale. So information is available. Now, all we want to know is how one must join or how one can go ahead with the available information. Because many a times what happens is, even though we have enough resources, even though we have enough information, we are still confused so as to what exactly my step should be. Like, what should I as an individual do to go and do, write the CDS, the Combined Defense Service examination, or National Defense Academy examination, or go for the interview. How to prepare for it. So all this kind of confusion is always there between the youngsters, even though a lot of information available. So here I am today to clarify all your doubts. We can have a small question answer sessions once the talk show is over, and definitely it will be my pleasure to sort all the doubts. Please do not hesitate. You can just ask me anything about the career in defense, absolutely anything. Okay. So Roshni told me that we are going to cover mostly the opportunities for the women, but here I see a lot of boys are also here. So I would like to cover it for all. We'll also cover for the women, of course. But see, the thing is armed forces career is like for you and me people, like middle class people. Okay. And once you enter there is no gender bias as such. Well, being a male oriented, male dominated profession for so long, it has been gender biased for longer time, but now, since a lot of women are already inducted in the forces, any forces, when I say army, it applies to army, navy, air force, all three forces. Okay. Since I belong to army, my habit is talking about army. So a lot of women are also there in the forces, serving, actively serving, a lot of also with doing a lot of amazing stuff in the forces. So this profession is for both boys and girls, and this is an amazing profession. Those who are really really want to have their life challenging or adventurous or do something different, this is the right profession for you all, right? So I will just share my small presentation which I have got, but I would not focus much on the presentation. I can just talk about, yeah. I hope you all that's visible again.
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah. So these are the entries we are having to join the armed forces. Now, any entry, it has always three stages. First is filling up the application form, which comes online. Second is your application form gets scrutinized, and then based on your academics, based on your if you have NCC, based on an NCC certificate, your form gets scrutinized, and then you're called, you're asked to give the written examination. Now there is, since you guys are I think more than 20 years, because since you are in the college doing your degree, National Defense Academy is only for the age group up till 19 and a half, so that's after 12th class. So I will not cover much on NDA, but NDA is, it has started for girls also from last year. So NDA is a 4 years of course which happens after 12th standard. So they get the degree also, like graduation degree, BA, BSc, BCom, and side by side their training happens, right? For you guys, most the opportunities are of graduate level entries. So again, once you complete a graduation, you can directly apply for it for Air Force or Navy or Army. There are the entrance examination for some engineering degrees. There are direct entries are there. Okay, so entrance examinations are called combined defense service examination. Okay, now this is for the Army, Navy, Air Force, but the Air Force also has a special entrance examination which is called AFCAT. Okay, that's Air Force Common Application, Common Admission Test. That's AFCAT, and Navy is done through CDS. So once you clear this written examination, a written examination has the uh, subjects like physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, everything, whatever you have learned till now, your graduation level, all the subjects are covered: civics, history, geography, social science, general awareness, everything. And English is separate paper. Okay, so what the idea is, they want to see your basic aptitude. They don't want to see your, how expert you are in all the subjects, but yes, basic aptitude they want to see. And that's why this written examination are conducted. And once you clear this written examination, they call you for the interview. We'll talk about the interview later, but let me tell you, this interview is very very interesting, and we'll definitely discuss it, how to go for the interview and how to present yourself as a leader in the interview. We'll cover it definitely. So these are the academies that we have in India, at the various places of this country, and wherever you get selected, you go to that academy and your training happens, complete training happens there. Your passing out parade, your first rank you put after the successful completion in these training academies, and then you are posted wherever you are posted. Okay, so let's talk about the entries. Like I told you, there are these graduation level entries for both boys and girls. These are the entries. Now, whatever entries I'm going to talk, these are for both boys and girls. Okay. So I don't know whether you guys have NCC or not, but NCC graduates, NCC special entry is only for the people who get graduate in any degree, and then they go for NCC C certificate also. They must be having the C certificate after doing the 3 years of NCC course, right? National Cadet Corps, you must have heard, I'm sure. So this, those who do it, then they get the C certificate, and then if you have A and B grading, you don't have to give any written examination. You directly go for the interview. Okay. Then there is JAG is called the law entry. Those who are law graduates, they can go for law entry. And then there is a technical entry for you guys, especially engineering degree. If you have with minimum 60% of mark, you can directly apply for this technical entry. Okay, this is again both for boys and girls. The same with Army and Air Force. Now, I believe a lot of architecture students are there, architect students are there who are doing this. in Pillai College. So there are a lot of opportunities for them also in Navy especially. So Navy, there is naval armament, naval architecture, so all these things are there. It's you need to have your BE degree with 60% minimum. Okay, you have age group for engineering cadets, you have age group till 26, 27 years. For other regular graduates like BSc, BCom, BA, they have to play 24 years for boys and 25 years for girls. Okay, so this information is available. Now, what you have to do is, okay, I'll come to this later. First, I'll just, okay. So, see, army is a career where they want to see the leadership qualities in you. Okay, defense is a career where they want to see leadership qualities in you. Now, how to develop these leadership qualities? All these written examination, you cannot overnight just give written examination, get clear, and go for the interview and just get it clear. It is a process, okay, and it takes time. And it takes time. The time starts right from your school days. Now, those who have been very active during their school days, active in the sense, have played sports, have participated in a lot of extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities. When you do constantly all these team games and all that, when you constantly participate in such events, your leadership qualities are seen, your personality is groomed, you learn from your team, you learn from others, you teach others, and then you get the confidence to stand in front of anybody, to project your views, to express your thoughts, right? So once you start this right from the school age, now you are in the college, you still have 2 3 years to join forces. You can still do that. Those who have not done till now, take participation in a lot of activities, whatever the college is having. I know that due to COVID now, your 2 years have gone bonkers, and a lot of students who must have been thought that we'll do this, we'll do that in college, and nothing must have happened, unfortunately. But please keep playing the team sports, team games, take part in some events, you know show some responsible job in some events, go for trekking, go for expeditions, go for whatever you like. You should pursue your hobbies constantly. So what happens is, once you do this constantly, your mind is so positive, your mind is so optimistic, and then what happens, your confidence increases, your decision making ability increases, your taking initiative in certain thing increases. And that thing, only these qualities, these are the leadership qualities, we call them as officer like qualities. These qualities are seen during the interview. Okay, and the interview is called Service Selection Board Interview, SSB interview, which happens uh, in various places of the country. It's like in Bhopal, in Allahabad, sorry, in Varanasi for Air Force, in Coimbatore for Navy, okay, Kapurthala for Army. A lot of places these interviews happen, and they see constantly these qualities in you. And the interview is not just like any other corporate interview, just go, you show your biodata, and then they just ask you certain questions, or GD happens. This interview happens for 5 days. Now, 5 days is a pretty good period for them to know you as a cadet, to know your complete personality. At least 80 90% of personality they get to know of a person, and then they decide whether this person is fit to become an officer or not. In the sense, whether this person is fit to whatever post they are going to give you in the forces, are you fit or not for that? So ultimately, they're going to see your leadership qualities for that. Okay. So when we talk about interview, there are three stages in the interview. First is your all the documents are checked, your percentage are checked, and then um, all the original certificates are checked. Then many of them, they don't complete also those documents, so they're sent back the same day. They don't keep them there. Okay, if one of the documents is missing, they just send it back, send a cadet back. So then the stage two happens. There's a screening test where they give you a picture, and you have to write a story on that picture. And then there's a discussion within a group of 14 15 people. And then in a group, the way you discuss, you put across your point, you express your thoughts behind that picture you have written the story about. So all these things they see. And then you have basic IQ test, which is verbal and non-verbal questions are there. And then basic IQ is checked, and based on that percentage, or based on those two tests, they select you for the next stage, the third stage. And the third stage, Then once those who get screened in, they are there for rest of the 3 4 days in the SSB center. The others who did not do not get screened in, they go back home. Okay, so once those who get screened in, they have remaining tests, which are group discussion, military planning, they have psychological tests, they have obstacle course, they have group obstacles, group task obstacles, and then they have lecturate like public speaking. A lot of various tests are there. Now constantly they are keeping, and most of the activities, most of the tests are in the game format, and they keep you in a team, and then they constantly observing you as a team player. They're assessing you how well a team player you can be, how well a team is accepting you as a leader. So once you show that, they understand that okay, this person is a metal, this person is meant for army. Like we can recommend this person for the academy, and then they send you to the academy once you get recommended in this. Okay, so interview is very very interesting, and it is a life changing interview. Okay, because I, with my personal experience, I would tell you that once you go for the interview and stay there for 5 days, and the kind of tests you undergo, the kind of friends you make, because all over India, the people come from all over India, all over the country, and they have different culture, they have different thought process, they have different ideas, but you make friends with them, you understand them, your teams are formed with them, and then you interchange your thought process. So exchange your thought process, sorry. So what happens is you learn a lot, and in all this process your leadership qualities explode. So you yourself get to know a new person in you. Till now probably you must have not done certain thing, and then in interview you just do it because of whatever you have done till now in your school and college life, in your family and personal and social life. It projects in the during the interview tests, right, the SSB tests. And then you yourself get surprised, oh, मेरे में ये quality थी नहीं और मैंने ये यहाँ पे दिखा भी दी, and it becomes so easy for me. And then that becomes a turning point for you in your life, because you understand that yes, I am confident. I know how to do it. I know how to take charge, and I can do it. I'm not going to back out now. So this positive thought come in your mind constantly during the interview, and that's why you get it's amazing experience. Once you come back from the interview, believe me, you will be never be scared of any other interview in life, because it is considered one of the most toughest interviews in India. And once you experience it, you can face any interview in life. So generally I tell my students that at least once in lifetime you go and experience this SSB interview process, right? So because it's an experience in itself. And once you come back, even if you don't want to join forces, they call you. They're not going to drag you to the forces. Okay, you got recommended, you must go karke. It's your choice. And then whether you want to join it or not join it, it's your choice. But the experience of interview will be a lifetime experience. So I always tell all the kids that yes, you must try the interview, because first time, even if you go, your lodging, boarding, travel, everything is taken care by the government. So you're actually absolutely going free of cost. Okay, so that was about the interview. Now let's see what actually army offers, like armed forces offer. Okay, what kind of job you will be having once you join as an officer? What kind of tasks you will be doing? So unlike any other setup or any other corporate, you can say, even in army there are a lot of departments. There are a lot of units. We call them regiments, right? So in these regiments now, based on your graduation degree, they put you to various regiments. Now since you guys are engineers, most of you, you can join, the boys can join infantry, but the girls, as of now, infantry is not allowed. So you all can join everything apart from infantry. There is artillery, where guns, the force guns are dealt with. There is tanks. Then there are corps of engineers. I belong to corps of engineers. I was a BSc graduate, but I could go into corps of engineers. And I will tell you my experience, amazing experience, just after this. Then there's a score of signals. Signal also, the communication is established. Nowadays, everything is software has been, initially there was no computers, no software. So everything was line communication or radio communication. But now all the technology has been upgraded so much that even the Indian Army has adapted. It adapted actually pretty late, but then everything is engineering, right? So all the engineers are getting the commissioning into these signals engineers, electrical and mechanical engineers. A lot of units are there. It's not about the war. Armed forces is not just only about the war, and that's why I'm telling you this, because once you go back home, if you tell your parents that yes, I want to join this forces and I'm going to have a fantastic life, first thing, most of the parents will think that why should my child go, because वहां पे सिर्फ war होगा और मेरा बच्चा शहीद हो जाएगा, right? It's a fear of every other parent, and that's why generally the parent are a little hesitant to send their children to forces. But you need to explain them, you need to properly explain them that it's not only about the war. Armed forces gives you lots and lots of opportunities. And in case by chance, if you come across some warlike scenario or some operation you have to go and you come across certain scenario, I would say you were fortunate to do something for your country and die for your country. Like sacrificing your life for your country, what else one could want, you know? Because यहाँ पे अगर हम मुंबई में especially we see daily so many deaths are happening in the railways, daily so many on the road accidents. So ऐसे चूहा बिल्ली की तरह मरने से अच्छा है कि देश के लिए कुछ करके मरो, देश के लिए शहीद होके दिखाओ, देश के लिए लड़के दिखाओ. So once you have that kind of passion, war you will, nobody will feel the fear of war, you know. And like I said, it will happen only those who are really really very few lucky ones, and they are chosen for the war like scenario. Apart from that, the opportunities you get are tremendous. Like I told you, like if you are interested in sports, you can go up till Olympic level. Like, have you heard the name of Colonel Rajavardhan Rathod? He was the first Olympian to get the silver medal in the Olympics in rifle shooting, right? So he tried. He did the shooting. He started shooting practice right from his army days. So he only did the shooting practice. He didn't have to do anything else. He just have to do shooting, and then he practice, and then he could reach up till Olympics. He played a lot of international games, shooting competitions and all, and then he reached there. Okay, so then you go, you see boxing, fencing, football, volleyball, basketball, scuba diving, skiing, para jumping. You can say, you know, you name the sport, it's there in the forge. You can go for Everest expedition, you can go for Kanchenjunga expedition, lots and lots of expeditions. Now you get this opportunity with your job, like you are wearing the uniform, you have your office work also, but once you get this opportunity, your complete training is done through forge. You do not have to spend a single money, एक पैसा अपने अपने जेब से नहीं जाएगा. Everything the your forge is taking care of, and you all you have to show is just your hard work, your talent, and your persistence, your consistency, your dedication and passion, and they will choose you, and they can take you wherever you desire to go, okay, to the next level and the next level and the next level. So उसमें फायदा, if you are really interested in such kind of expeditions, your फौज की तनख्वाह तुम्हारी चालू रहेगी. तुमको फौजी, you will be anyways an officer, and still you will be doing all this kind of hobbies, and you will be following your passion. And this only armed forces as a career can give opportunity. If you join tomorrow some corporate, and like I'm sure many of you are planning to join, but once you're in the corporate, you do not get any chance, or you get very 1% chance to pursue your hobby. At least every evening walk also किसी के नसीब नहीं होता है corporate job वालों. But the army life is so structured, the army life is so organized. Every morning you have physical fitness, and every evening you get time to play games with your troops, compulsory. So you will definitely, even though your hectic schedule is there, your office is there, like in army I'm telling you, your office is there, the work is there, but evening you will have that time to play the kind of games you want to play with your jawans, with your soldiers, with your troops. As an officer, a lot of competitions also happen, friendly matches also happen. So your physical and mental fitness is taken care of. This is the difference I'm talking about, the army life and the corporate life, okay? Because only armed forces gives you this opportunity to pursue your passion also, to earn a good amount of money also, to earn the utmost respect in your society, because you are wearing the uniform, because you are wearing the ranks, and that is unmatched. Nobody can ever have that kind of lifestyle, the one which you are going to have in armed forces. So that is why it's not only about the war, it's about a lot of opportunities, it's about a lot of learning, it's about a lot of things you can do once you are in the armed forces. Okay, so also, like, you can also do the higher education, like I told you, I am BSc graduate and I got into core of engineers. We get the opportunity to do engineering degree, BE, BTech, we get to do this MTech. So even this, even if you don't do the higher studies here and after graduation immediately you join forces, later on you will get the opportunity. You can join the IIT also through armed forces, whereas you get the 3 years paid leave and you get to do the IIT, and also you get the degree, and also your Fauj ka tanka is on. So your salary is never stopping, even if you're doing so many things, and that's the best part, one can say, if you are really looking for some, exploring your life and learning new things. Because if now, if you want to uh, do something, आज आपको engineering करने के लिए भी everything your mom, mother, father has to put out lot of money out of their pockets and continue your education. So we are giving lot of burden, and then उसके बाद obviously we feel like okay, हमें अभी मम्मी पापा को whatever so much sacrifice they have done for us, we have to give them back. This is the right profession, because everything you're going to get, it's not only about your respect, your family is going to get a lot of respect through entire forge, because they're going to be Fauji families. And wherever you get posted, many of the peace locations are peace posting and field posting. Field posting is generally on the border side, on the in the mountains. Peace posting is generally inside the country or somewhere around in and around the country. Okay. So whenever you are in the peace posting, you can definitely take your parents there, your family there. They can stay with you. They can have the equal kind of respect. They can see the equal kind of lifestyle with you, and everything is taken care of. राइट. सो अगर आपको लगता है कि आपके पेरेंट्स ने बहुत कष्ट किए आपके लिए, जो किए हैं, और आपको लगता है कि जब आप बड़े होंगे और आपको अच्छी तनख्वाह मिलेगी और आप कुछ करोगे, अपने पैरों पे खड़े होंगे और आप अपने पेरेंट्स को बहुत अच्छा लाइफस्टाइल दे सकते हो, आई एम टेलिंग यू फ्रेंड्स, आर्म फोर्स इज दी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट करियर ऑप्शंस यू कैन डेफिनेटली थिंक ऑफ. Because they're going to, because see, I when I took my in my family, nobody from my family from far nobody was in armed forces. When I got posted in northeast and north and Rajouri and all those places, I took my parents there, I took my entire family there, even my grandparents, and the way they were treated by my fellow officers and jawans, my unit officers and all, the way they were kept in the guest rooms and all, they were, it was like, for them it was kind of a dream. And even I didn't know they would be treated like this, but they were like, they are guests of everybody and everybody will respect them more than anything. So this kind of respect your family gets. And what more you can give it to your family? The happiness that you see on your parents' face once you are able to do this is unmatched. Again, you cannot compare it with anything, right? So armed forces gives you this, armed forces give you this opportunity, and that is why I'm telling you, you all must try joining the forces. Even if you those who don't want to try, at least you all should go for the SSB interview and at least know yourself in a better manner. Once you face the interview, definitely you will understand yourself in a better manner, and you will know कि लाइफ में मुझे करना क्या है, और अगर मुझे लीडर बनना है तो मुझे क्या करने की जरूरत है, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ या मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ. You will understand your shortcomings, you will understand your strengths, and then once you join forces, you will be always treated as a leader. Okay, so this is what the army life is going to give you. uh, I will talk something about the training. Many of you must be having the thought about what about training. Training is, we've heard it's very difficult, it's very tough, it's very, आपने जो भी मूवी में देखा होगा या लक्ष्य में देखा होगा या विक्रम बात्रा के मूवी में देखा होगा या और कोई बॉर्डर या whichever movie you must have seen, whatever training they have shown, it's not even 1/4 of whatever actually happens. So it's just the superficial angle they show, but that also we feel, oh baap re, fauj mein itna training hota hai. But let me tell you guys, once you go into the training academy, your life is constantly on wheels. Okay, you're never we never we were never found we never found ourselves standing on two legs properly, because either we were rolling or crawling or doing some push-ups or doing some some kind of punishments or running and this and that and lifting the cycles on on our heads and then running somewhere and then doing some of the other activities. It was constantly roller coaster ride, but the training made what we are today. And the friendship, the comrades you made during the training, they are lifetime. In Fauj, it becomes a family. आप आज suppose you're an officer, and after 10 years you meet some of your coachmates. You don't have to do any background check कि अरे हम वहाँ मिले थे, ये थे, वो थे, ये. It just happens that you're a family. It's like your brother. Immediately whatever you want, your helping hand is exchanged. So this is comradeship is for lifetime, and that happens only during the training. That bonding happens during the training. You bond over all the hardships, and once you bond over the hardships, that will never break. And that's what training makes you: a stronger person, a mentally tougher person. And then once you're mentally tough, you're ready to take any physical pain. You're ready to take any physical activity which you cannot even imagine that okay, I can do that. But believe me, you just do it. That's because you have your friends together, your comrades together, and you're mentally so tough that you have that attitude of never giving up. You just keep on going, because at the end of the day, every day you only visualize yourself in the uniform, in the green uniform or the white navy white uniform, or in the sky blue uniform, which is of the Air Force. So if you constantly visualize yourself in the uniform, you will have that never give up attitude, and you will definitely achieve what you want. And for that, you can take any kind of pain. Okay. And that's what training makes you. It's an amazing experience. It makes us nostalgic, because the kind of training everybody, all the officers have gone through. Even if you ask today the senior most general about his training experience, he becomes like an 18-year-old boy, and then he recollects all his memories, and then he becomes like a youngster, and then he can narrate the training experience. And that's what happens with everybody. So training is something very integral part of our life, and training makes us what are we today. It's all about all because of the training. So it is very difficult, yes, I will not deny it, but nothing is impossible. And it is not about only your physical fitness. Like there are certain general myths I would like to cover, that somebody thinks that I need to have a lot of physical, I need to have physically too fit, in the sense muscles chahiye, I should be a marathon runner, I should be a power lifter, or all these things. No, it is not about your physical fitness. It is all about, like I told you, it's about your mental fitness. Once you keep telling your mind that I'm not going to give up, and I can do anything, whatever challenge comes, I will just face it, and I will conquer the path or the goal. Then any training, any physically, even the slightest I've seen the in my training, the cadets who had fractured their shin bone, who had fractured their pelvic bone, had run 40 kilometers with the 18 kgs of weight. Okay, it's not only about running in those boots. And believe me guys, it wasn't easy for anybody, but we got motivated from them, because even though fractures were there, they were running. And why could they do it? Because they had decided, ठान लिया था उन्होंने जिंदगी में कि चाहे कुछ भी हो, मैंने रुकना नहीं है, मैंने पीछे मुड़ के नहीं देखना है. I have to go ahead, and I have to achieve my goal. I have to wear the stars, right? So once you have that kind of passion, आज भी अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि अरे मैं तो कुछ एक्सरसाइज ही नहीं करता, मैं 10 मीटर भी नहीं दौड़ सकती हूँ, मैं 20 पुशअप्स भी नहीं निकाल सकती हूँ, that's okay, but start from today. Little exercise every day, even though not actually starting with your gym or anything. It's not needed, no gymming sessions are needed actually. But yes, for physical fitness, either running, cycling, swimming, playing this some sports constantly, like badminton or maybe volleyball or maybe football, or this cardio kind of sports. If you constantly play these kind of sports, your physical stamina is going to increase. And then once you go for the training, you will not be afraid of anything, because at least your basics are clear कि okay, I know this, कि इतना इतना थकान होगा, लेकिन मैं give up नहीं करूंगी, because I have that physical capability. And that physical capability comes again from your mindset. Okay, so आज you have time, you still have 2 years, 1 year, 3 years how many ever years you have before you join the forces, I would tell everybody to continuously play some kind of sport, which is a cardio sport. Okay, badminton is a good cardio sport. Okay, swimming, cycling, all these things are good sports. You please play, and if not about only gymming and developing your muscles, but gymming, regular exercises also keeps your body fit. Okay, your proper diet also keeps your body fit. So if you do these things, definitely you're going to be confident enough to face the upcoming challenges once you join the training. Okay, so this is about the training. Now, because what happens is the training is lifelong. In Forge, there are tests happening every year. Your physical fitness tests happen. You have to run 5 kilometers, you have to do certain push-ups, do certain chin-ups, do certain pull-ups, and all those things you have to do. So your physical fitness becomes constant once it becomes a way of your life. Because after training also, it is constantly there. Your constantly physical fitness, your medical standards are, you have to maintain it, because to get the promotions, to go out, to go for your growth of your career, definitely your medical standards are constantly seen in your you can see bio data, and then they select you for the promotions. So it becomes your way of life. Once you get used to it, it becomes your way of life, right? So everybody, ठान लो अपने दिमाग में, अगर आपको यूनिफॉर्म चाहिए तो फिजिकली फिट होना है, लेकिन फिजिकली फिटनेस के लिए सबसे पहले आपको मेंटली टफ होना है। और मेंटली जैसे ही आपने सोच लिया है, ठान लिया है, आपको कोई दुनिया की ताकत रोक नहीं सकती है। यू विल डेफिनेटली गो अहेड एंड अचीव व्हाटएवर यू डिजायर फॉर, राइट? सो this is I want to talk about armed forces. Friends, this career is very amazing, but let me also tell you one more thing, that reading is a very good quality you all must have. It's not only about reading and क्या रट्टा करना है आपका, जो भी स्कूल कॉलेज के सब्जेक्ट्स एग्जाम्स के टाइम जो हम करते आ रहे हैं रट्टा। रीडिंग, read lot of books, read anything whatever you like. It can be fiction, it can be non-fiction, it can be biography, it can be informative, it can be knowledge, anything. Reading will develop your personality, because reading gives you a lot of insights of different people's thought, different people, what they have done in their lives, how they have grown in their lives, how they have reached to their goals in their lives. Okay, so you can start reading. Also for the written examination, I would say you all must read the newspapers, especially the Hindu and the Indian Express. These two newspapers you all must read, and you can have a small book to put your notes of whatever you read in the newspaper, so that whenever the current affairs tests are there, you are updated. You know what is happening in the world, right? And not only through the WhatsApp messages, because most of the times we know what is happening. Uh, sorry, to our Indian government or Indian politics or whatever through WhatsApp messages, which is half truth. Okay, and do not believe it. Have the habit of verifying the messages. Even if you are believing on WhatsApp messages, just don't believe blindly. Have the leadership quality of verifying it. Google, research them. Okay, if you think certain some things are true, research it. अगर आप 10 आर्टिकल्स पढ़ोगे, आपको 10 में से 5 के कुछ और व्यूज मिलेंगे, 5 के कुछ और व्यूज मिलेंगे, तो आपको 20 पढ़ना होगा. So this is the quality which will always be useful, because what happens is, even if you go for, like for example, you're taking your jawans to the mission tomorrow, and then आपको कोई किसी ने आके बता दिया कि in some village there are terrorists are there. आपने blindly trust करोगे, या फिर वहां पे जाके you will do the recce first, you will do the examination first, you will do the research first, and then you will take the troops. So this habit of reading and then researching and then understanding the verifying the truth will be implemented there when you're actually on ground, on field. So everything is related. Whatever you're doing here in life is going to be somewhere, the practical application of it is going to be there once you join the career, right? So always have that habit of verifying the truth, verifying, and not only from इधर उधर के सुन के, because I have seen आज का generation, I have seen the youngsters, they believe suddenly, अरे WhatsApp पे आया था तो यही सच है. So for you guys, especially, I want to tell you, those who want to join the forces and those who want to take their career really seriously, should have this quality of verifying the truth and understanding what is correct and what is not, because this you will have to apply in your day-to-day life once you join the forces, once you especially join the challenging career, whichever career you're going to choose, right? So reading, please, those who don't have a habit, those who have a habit, it's really good. Please continue that. Those who don't have, you can start from some story books. It doesn't matter. Okay, any non-fiction, any random story books also you can read. But yes, reading will definitely again improve your personality. Okay, so everything is about your personality. Everything about is about your positive thinking. Everything is about your decision making ability. And if you show these qualities, Forge is looking forward to induct you, take you, give you the uniform, and giving you is going to give you the opportunity to make your country proud. Okay, so I wish you all the very best, and let's see. I think I will just see what slides are remaining, and in case anything, if I have yet to cover, I will just cover it. Yeah, we've covered this life in army. We've covered, yes, that's great. Okay. So this is the slide I was talking when I was talking about the difference between the army and the corporate. So friends, I'm telling you, when in 1947, se bhi pehle jab uh, people joined armed forces, they didn't have even 5 rupees pay. Okay. Now your army, your starting pay is going to be around 40 to 50,000. At the age of 24, 25, you're going to earn this much. And when you go for counterinsurgency in high altitude area, your pay is going to be around 80,000. Okay. And see, it's I know it's not only about the money, the kind of respect you get once you wear the uniform. The respect is again unmatched. Plus, of course, money plays an important role because whatever you are studying now to earn money only ultimately, because money will give you a lavish lifestyle, correct? But in army, it's not only money; it's the uniform, the kind of work culture, and the kind of challenges you're going to have is going to become your lifestyle, and money will eventually just follow you. Okay, that's because you've earned it. Okay, so this is just the difference between the corporate job and armed force life. Of course, the quality of life is unmatched, and it's going to be everybody is going to respect you, look up to you, and they're going to get motivated looking at you in the uniform. Your younger generation, your juniors, and everybody, they are going to get fascinated once they see their seniors in uniform. And then next time, probably instead of calling me, one amongst you who is already wearing the uniform will come and give the lecture. And that's the ultimate happiness. You go back to your roots, and then you motivate your juniors. Because when my school called me for the motivation lecture for the kids, I was in my school as a student, and then I was as an officer. So that gives you a lot of pleasure. So I am hoping that in next few years, amongst you only somebody will stand in my place and then give some motivational lectures to your juniors. Okay. So thank you very much once again for calling me here, and I wish you all the very best. Any questions? We can just go proceed.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Now we may have your doubts, if any. Please turn on your mic or comment your doubt in the chat box. Ma'am, I would like to start with a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, what were some things that you remember about adapting from military life and the civil?
Uh, See, in Forge, we learned that your life is today. Live every moment. Okay. And this only Forge taught us, because tomorrow you never know what is going to come, which blast is going to come on your head. So live today. जीना है आज में जियो, पूरी तरह से जियो, हंस के जियो, खुशी से जियो. This is what I learned from Forge. And then we try for every moment, to live in every moment. Whatever moment we just try to make hay out of that moment. Okay. So one incident I would like to tell you, that when I was in Pinagudi, and like I was a part of flood relief operation, we were there for 3 days, 3 nights, constantly saving the localites, because Brahmaputra river gets flooded, and a lot of villages are suddenly underwater. So we as an engineers, we have this equipment called boat, we call them bout, and we all these life saving equipments we have. So we took all the cattle, the people, the kids, the old people, everybody, and we shifted them to the safer place. And this we were doing for 2 nights, 3 days, constantly 3 days. And then that time nobody were bothered about their, like, as a Fauji, no Fauji was bothered about their food, about their sleep, about their comfort, nothing. We were so much into it that once the task was completed, and that was my first pretty close task of saving your people, your nation, your people. And then I felt so much satisfaction that, okay, this is what I joined the forge for, to save my people, and I could contribute to do that. And that was the best thing. And since then it has been constantly in my mind of whatever you're doing, you will save the people around you. So this has always been in us. It's not only me, but in every Fauji it has always been that no matter what, if something happens, you first run to save the other person. And that's what Forge has given us, this, blessings.
Very insightful.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
It was really a very inspiring session. I just wanted to ask, like, before
Mhm.
joining the army, was this your first decision? Like, you have to be in the army or to be a part of army?
For me, since eighth class, I decided to join armed forces. First, it was Air Force because I was fascinated with the fighter planes.
Uh,
Then, because of my height, I couldn't join the Air Force. Then I got motivated कि कोई service चलेगा, Army, Navy, Air Force. I want uniform. So,
okay.
because I was an average student in school, I was not scholar like you, being our engineers, and so I decided I don't want to do engineering.
Hmm.
So I thought that maybe I want to do something challenging in life, something different, adventurous, because right from the childhood I was into trekking and a lot of different expeditions and all those things. So I
Nice.
was part of NCC also, and that's how I got motivated.
Okay. And how did you imagine army life before joining the army? And was it similar to what your imagination took you to?
I would say the best part is, since we didn't have that much technology, there was less imagination. Okay, but we had
Hmm.
no clue absolutely what is going to be there, because right now you have all the information available on the internet. You get all kind of
Hmm.
pictures, and then you keep imagining in a better manner.
Right.
Okay, we didn't get that opportunity. Probably, I would say we were little fortunate to not to get any opportunity to imagine certain things, because what happens once you imagine too much and then you don't get certain things, you get disappointed.
Hmm.
So
True.
it's always better just go with a plain slate and just take life as it comes.
Right.
That keeps you alive. That keeps you, on the toes to take the new challenges. So for us, it happened like that, because I had no clue what is core of engineers. Also, I had no clue what kind of training it's going to be. I had no clue about anything. It's just that I went with my plain slate. Just whatever was given, I was taking it in. Everything was sinking it in, and I was just going with the flow. And then it happened.
It was all about challenges and then surprises and all.
Completely. And
Nice.
surprise
Nice.
is what army teaches you.
Ah,
Be ready for surprises.
nice. Nice.
Ma'am, we have a question in the
Yes,
comment
please.
section asking, Vaishnavi wants to join Air Force as a pilot, but
Mm-hmm.
she's not sure about her medical status as she noticed some case of knock
Knock
knees.
knees. Okay.
Yeah, and she is a little less in her height also. So,
Okay. See, friends, yes, there are certain permanent rejection for the forces during the medical standards, the medical test that happened after the recommendation in the interview. Nose, the DNS, it's called the nose bone is little, slanting or not straight. Then the knock knees is then flat foot is there. So these are certain standards. The length of your hand and the length of your legs should be certain in a proportionate manner, and all those things. And the eyesight, the specs, the number of the specs that you are having. So these are certain things that will get you permanently rejected to join. But if you have knock knees, actually there is no treatment for that. Unfortunately, there is no treatment for any of this, because major operations also are not allowed before you join the forces. Okay, so what I would suggest is, you think there is knock knee, you're not sure about it. Why not you just go and experience the interview, get recommend, and then go for the medical test when they take you, and let them decide whether you have it or not. rather than we being afraid of these things, or we're not sure about these things, let's go face the interview. And then what if you might not even be having that much as per their standards. They might not reject you, they might just take you. They might think, okay, this much is enough, I can take this cadet if she has got the talent and she's recommended. So do not hesitate and do not just decide by yourself कि शायद मुझे रिजेक्ट कर देंगे तो मैं नहीं जाऊंगी. आप रिजेक्शन का मत सोचो, रिजेक्शन करना उनके हाथ में है. वो अगर वैसे हो रहा है सो इट इज अनफॉर्चुनेट, बट एटलीस्ट आप ये तो नहीं सोचो कि मैंने ट्राई नहीं किया. ट्राई करो, गो फॉर इट. आगे जो होना है वो उसके हाथ में. आप पहले से डिसाइड करके बैकआउट मत होना, ये मैं कहना चाहती हूँ. सो इफ यू हैव अ डाउट, इट्स ओके, but still you can prepare for your examination and the interview and get recommended. Go as if you're going to get through it, crack everything and go. एंड में वो देखा जाएगा, अगर उन्होंने नौकरीज है नहीं है वो उनका डिसीजन है. ओके, सो प्लीज डू नॉट वेस्ट योर अपॉर्चुनिटी इफ यू आर गेटिंग इट.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I ask?
Yes, please.
Ma'am, first I'll introduce myself. I'm Kaustubh. Before I fanboy you a lot, I have been wanting to talk to military people for like not. I'm sorry. First of all, I was very happy that you used Fauji a lot than military because I was because that's very like desi. I feel very happy that you said you did that. I was very since the age of conscious, like when I like started venturing to like I search a lot of military things. Forge things. I like a lot of these things. I like let that be NSG, CISF, and everything like that. I was just asking that you spend a lot of time away from your family, spend a lot of time away from your friends, and of course making new friends and family. But you spend a lot of time away from people you grew up with.
Correct.
So like how, I mean, but then you also go back to your family when you're off times with having off times and having like how that works. Because I have a feeling like if I am going to my like I can most like in the level of relatability, I can only relate with you guys, you people, sorry, like by just going like if I go to my native place and I'm not meeting my friends here where I'm living, that's the only thing I can relate.
Okay,
because
okay, right.
how does that work?
See, yes, what you're saying is true. You come up, because you go long way. You are making new family as a forge becomes your new family. You make new friends, you make new comrades, and your old friends and family is left behind. Okay, which is true. But in any profession you join now, if somebody is going abroad somewhere, they are anyways, once they go, they're not able to meet for 2 years, 1 year. In Forge, at least you get 80 days of holiday a year. So 60 days casually, annual leave, and 20 days casual leave. So in 80 days, at least in a year, you can meet your family and friends by default. Okay. आप नाउ इट्स अप टू यू, आपको कौन सा, आपको फैमिली के साथ रह के करियर करना है या फैमिली को थोड़ा फैमिली से दूर जाके करियर अपॉर्चुनिटी एक्सप्लोर करनी है. और फिर आप how much mentally you will be okay and balanced once you are away from your family and friends, your loved ones, you will grow, you will get married, you have kids. The kids, the parents are at different location posted, because most of the times both the mother and father are in Forge, and then the kids are at the separate place. So all these things are there, but ultimately it's up to me कि मैं क्या चाहता हूँ या मैं क्या चाहती हूँ. What is it that I'm ready to sacrifice? My life, my lifestyle, my uniform, my family, my career, my studies, whatever. So डिसीजन हर स्टेज पे अलग अलग डिसीजन अलग अलग इंसान लेता है, एंड इट इज कंप्लीटली योर इंडिविजुअल चॉइस. एंड वंस यू जॉइन फॉर्ज, nobody is going to judge you on that, because everybody understands that yes, everything is important. Your career is also important, your family life is also important. But like I tell you ki, if you're in a peace posting, you're there for around 2 years, and continuously 2 years you can keep your family together with you wherever you're posted. So ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको बिल्कुल ही फैमिली से मिलने को नहीं मिलेगा. Only when you're in the extreme field areas where there is no family accommodations, Nobody, and there nobody's staying with their families. Not only you, the Jawans are not staying, the other fellow officers are not staying. So you celebrate the festivals with them. Like I have celebrated a lot of festivals with my chaps, my troops, my officers. And it's not that, yes, you do miss your family, but then that's for the moment, because ultimately your goal was what you wanted and you've achieved it. So now later on, there is no point regretting it. So it is individual's decision, ki which thing I would like to sacrifice for which thing. Okay. So it's absolutely your personal call.
Also, when you go back to your old family, like the people you grew up with, like is there something you would like not miss? Like I have to have a dosa, or like I have to have this death by chocolate or something like that. It's just like a like
So
fanboy
once
question.
you go,
I
you
am
just have
very
it.
I'm
I'll
like
tell you one thing. When I used to go back home now, I used to tell that, oh shit, I miss this, I miss that, exactly like what you're saying. But then the only responses I used to get with from my family and from my friends is, buddy, you are having amazing life there. हम ये कर करके पक चुके, you are having more challenging life, and every day is a new day for you, and every day is a challenging for you. Even though you miss dosa here, you're having an amazing life there, amazing challenges there. What's why are you crying for it? This is the response I used to get, and which is true. Of course it is true.
yes, ma'am. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I actually wanted to talk. Like I have been wanting to talk to like Jawans a lot, from a very long time. So I am very happy today.
Yeah, great, thank you, my pleasure.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm Harita Nair.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for this lecture. Like, we are really grateful to have you. I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to ask you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, how immense the training is in army. Did you ever feel like quitting at some point? Like, what kept you going on in that process? Like, what kept motivating you?
Yeah. See, like I told, the friends you make during the training, they just push you. They just keep you going. Because I made some amazing friends during my training, and you never alone there. Because even if you think you're facing the most hardship in the training, or the most you know horrible punishment you're facing, but you are never alone. There's always team with you. There are always different people with you who are facing the same thing. And then looking at each other, it becomes a mob mentality. You pull each other, you tell each other, you motivate each other, and you just keep on going. And like I told you, ultimately, what makes this to makes you that much strong to take all this pain and all this trauma, and all the trauma in the sense, all this kind of hardships, because ultimately you are visualizing yourself in uniform. That's what your dream is. Now all the way you have cleared the written examination, interview, medical, everything. इतने challenges clear करने के बाद आप नसीब से ट्रेनिंग में पहुंचे हो, वहां पे आके रोके मत, मजा नहीं है. आपको आगे जाना है. You have to wear the stars, and for that, अगर आपको जो भी करना है, आप करने के लिए तैयार हो जाते हो, because again, like I told you, you're never alone. You have your friends with you. You make new friends, and that becomes your family, and then they are with you constantly. And of course, the blessings of your parents, of your people behind, whom you have left behind in your hometown, everybody's blessings is there, which keeps you going. you know but yes, like you said, there's always one point, many of the cadets do think that, छोड़ दो यार, क्यों कर रहे हैं हम ये सब. हमें पता ही नहीं चलता कई बार हम क्यों पनिशमेंट ले रहे हैं. हम बस पनिशमेंट लेते जा रहे हैं, हमें आइडिया ही नहीं है कि क्यों दिया है. Sometimes we used to get irritated, but then we started having fun with those punishments. We started enjoying those punishments. We started enjoying those all kind of physical hardships, and then it became a routine for us. And then once you start enjoying the hardships, there's no regret.
Thank you, ma'am. That's really inspiring.
Yeah. And especially
Ma'am,
for
can
girls,
you?
because yes, I'll just cover one point. For girls, I want to tell that, see, girls, there is nothing called this girl can do this much, boy can do. Training is equal, both for boys and girls. Boys also run 40 kilometers with 18 kg of weight. Girls also run 40 kilometers. And girls have created record in marathon, also breaking all the records in past which boys have made in the training academies. So it is not ki boys are they have physical standards different, girls have physical standard different. Okay, so you, whatever standards you are having, you just achieve those and you are through. So there is no comparison and there is nothing ki yaar मैं लड़की हूं तो मैं ये कर सकूंगी या नहीं कर सकूंगी. You have to think I am a human being and I want to wear the uniform like any other officer. That's it. जेंडर का बीच में कुछ आना ही नहीं चाहिए आपके दिमाग में कि मैं लड़की होके ये करूंगी या लड़का. और नॉट, आई ऑलवेज टेल दैट डोंट टेक दैट एडवांटेज ऑफ मैंने लड़की होके ये करके दिखाया. नो नीड. You just did because you are a human being and you did it. No matter whatever you're doing it, it's not about, because I know, because the kind of background we come from, even if little thing a girl does and she's praised a lot, or ladki hoke ye kiya wo kiya. But for me, if you want a gender equality, do not push these things. Do not take these things as praises, you know. जब तक आपको कोई नॉर्मल एक ह्यूमन बीइंग की तरह सेम प्लेटफॉर्म पे दोनों को ट्रीट नहीं हो रहा है, तब तक जेंडर इक्वालिटी नहीं आएगी. या हम खुद भी वो प्रेज नहीं लेना चाहिए, अरे मैं लड़कियों की ये सब कर रही हूँ. नो नीड. आई एम डूइंग इट बिकॉज इट्स माई जॉब एंड आई एम डूइंग इट बिकॉज आई एम टोल्ड टू डू इट और आई एम सपोज टू डू इट. उसमें लड़की होने या लड़का होके कुछ स्पेशल किया ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. तो नथिंग लाइक दैट. ट्रेनिंग में भी एवरीबडी इज इक्वल. सो वॉट एवर दे आर डूइंग, यू आर डूइंग. So you have to just be like a human being and just go with it. Yes, somebody was asking something.
Yes, ma'am. I actually wanted to ask to share a memory of yours from the time, a good memory that you still remember and want to share.
There are a lot of good memories. I get very nostalgic when I think of the uniform service which I had. But I'll tell you one memory. Like we had a Holi celebration, and it was my first. I was in Rajouri, which is a counter-insurgency area, and it was very highly sensitive area. It is okay. So that was the first festival which was away from my family. And otherwise, Holi mein, you know how we play here in Mumbai. We are just with full of colors and this and that and water. And but there, it was I understood the true importance of national integration, because we have all kind of troops. We have Sikhs, we have uh, all over countries. We have Muslim troops also. We have some other religion also. So all the religion troops come together. They celebrate all the festivals together. We have mandir. We call it MMG parade, Mandir Masjid Gurudwara parade. So every Sunday we have that parade also. So during every festival we go to those religious places. Everybody goes to every place. There is no tag of any religion, no tag of any caste, no tag of absolutely anything. Actually national integration which I experienced there. And I was touched. It became really that celebration with my troops. It became very close to my heart, because no matter from where you come, everybody is enjoying with you. They're taking part in your festival. Even if there is Eid, we all used to celebrate together. We used to all go to again Mandir Masjid Gurudwara during Eid also. So during Baisakhi, we used to go during Ganpati. So it's like these are amazing memories. They create you, and they create the soft corner about the troops for you, because they are there for us when you are alone, and then nobody makes you feel alone. So there are certain like such kind of lot of good memories, and always they are there with me.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Jai Hind. I'm Shatisha
Jai Hind.
Yadavkar. Ma'am, I am currently in NCC in 5 Maharashtra EM unit, and I would like to know that which SSB would be preferable. From NCC I can go for SSB, and I can even crack CDS and go for SSB. Then which SSB would be like? What would be the
What
difference?
is your education subjects you have taken?
I'm a media student.
Okay, so which SSB is better? Science, na? Yeah. So which SSB is better is not in your hand. Now, have you filled the form for SSB?
I'm going to write my CDS in this April.
See, yeah, you can do CDS also, but since you're an NCC cadet, you can directly apply for SSB interview. Okay. And for NCC special entry, women NCC special entry scheme also comes in the month of June, July, and November, December. Okay, so keep a track on that also. But still, yes, you should give CDS, because what happens is for girls, only 5 to 6 vacancies are there for NCC cadets, whereas through CDS you have 40 to 50 vacancies.
Yeah.
So
What would be the difference in those SSBs?
it's not your choice, my dear. They tell you which SSB you can go. So
Okay.
once you clear the written examination, they tell you, if you have filled the form for army, they will give you the SSB centers. Allahabad में, भोपाल में, बैंगलोर में है, आपको कहाँ पे जाना है. So you can go to any. The tests and everything is same. ठीक है ना, उसका कुछ ये नहीं है. Lot of people, आपको अगर एयरफोर्स में जाना है तो आपको वो बताएंगे वाराणसी में है, बैंगलोर में है, इलाहाबाद में है, आपको कहाँ जाना है. तो they will give you option, but it doesn't matter whichever SSB center you go. It's
Yes,
absolutely.
the center is not my concern. Like if
Mhm.
I go from NCC and I go through CDS, would that be different?
If you join army, you can go to NCC directly for interview, because you have Army 5 Maharashtra, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to go for Air Force, you have to give that Air Force Common Admission Test, AFCAT. You have to
Yeah.
give the written examination for Air Force.
Okay. The SSB process is the same everywhere, right?
Yes, yes, everything is same.
Okay.
Written examination clear होने के बाद ही they will be calling you for interview, and SSB interview is common for all 3 forces.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, I was a part of NCC troop during my school life for 2 years and later the band group. I know the proud feeling that a uniform holds.
Yes.
I consider myself a very patriotic person, and I always wanted to be a part of military civil service. So my question is that where will I be stationed after a boot camp? So do we have a choice in that, or are we?
No, you do not have choice. Once you get commissioned, after your passing out parade happens, you wear ranks, and then they tell you whichever arms and services you are getting commissioned into. Right, I told you there is Corps of Engineers, there's Supply Corps, there's Ordnance Corps, there's EME, Signal, Artillery. So they will tell you based on your education background which arms and services you will be joining, and wherever that unit is, you will be going there.
Okay.
Later on also the postings will happen wherever the central government is going to post you. So Delhi से आता है हमारा posting, तो generally वैसे होता है. After getting married, there are certain 2 postings are different. One is spouse posting is there, wherever your spouse is posted, be it if he's a Fauji, otherwise he is a civilian, you can ask for that posting also, your hometown posting, one posting you will get. Or else there's a compassionate posting. Compassionate posting is also because of some majburi of your family, or because of some studies or something you want some posting of your choice. One chance is given for that also, but that too on the later stage of life. People keep it reserved for later stage. They don't utilize it immediately when you are youngster. Okay, so otherwise is not in your hands where you will get posted.
Okay. Thank you.
And again, surprise is the best thing. Enjoy wherever you go.
Well, that is true.
You see the kind of the parts in the country you have never imagined also. That's the charm of getting posted anywhere in the corner of the country. The beautiful places in India.
Very true. Do we have
Okay.
more questions?
Sorry?
Do we have more questions?
Last one, can I just
Yes.
last?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
this question is like a different question. It's not like admission type questions, but like you talked a lot about like career options in this thing. You can be placed here, you can be placed there, you can have these Olympic opportunities and all. But I'm like, when you start doing these things, when we start doing these things, we first thing which comes to our head is patriotism.
Correct.
Like he asked, like, because no one, if like in our country right now, people when they start doing NCC or CDS or anything like that, they first think of like, I'll serve my country and I like this, they're doing this and all. But
Definitely.
I am quite ready to accept that people are there who want their career before going in here. So how is that going work? How does that work? Because when does that patriotic pill comes into that place, when for the people who come for career?
Okay. See, first of all, I always get surprised when people restrict the patriotism feeling only to till the Faujis. जो भी यूनिफॉर्म में है उन्हीं के पास पेट्रियोटिज्म ऐसे कौन बोलता है
I
लेकिन
agree.
suddenly we say that those who are in the uniform we see there is a patriotic person. I think every Indian is patriotic, no matter whatever career you choose, no matter even if you're going far away from your country. Every Indian, that patriotism, feeling of patriotism comes from childhood, and right from the day we start singing our national anthem, right, in the school days. So ideally, everybody is patriotic. We cannot distinguish कि ये कम पेट्रियोटिक है ज्यादा पेट्रियोटिक है अगर ये फौज ज्वाइन कर रहा है तो ये ज्यादा पेट्रियोटिक है अगर ये कॉर्पोरेट ज्वाइन कर रहा है तो ये कम ऐसा हम नहीं कर सकते दैट विल बी जजमेंट व्हिच विल बी inaccurate on our part to do that. Nobody to judge. Okay, so yes, patriotism, like what happens is, since armed forces is the kind of career which is directly dealing with the enemies of the country, which is directly dealing for the internal peace of the country, and that is connected, something connected to the flag, to the patriotism, to the safety and welfare of the country and the countrymen. Okay, that is why it is considered more towards patriotism. And if I wear uniform, you automatically get the feeling of यार देश के लिए मैंने ये पहना. It is not for you. If you wear today some blazer and going to the corporate office, you will not say मैंने देश के लिए blazer पहना है. That feeling, it's psychological ultimately. Even though you're patriotic enough, that feeling is psychological. Once you wear the olive green uniform, you will definitely think ये देश के लिए है. मेरी जिंदगी देश के लिए है. That because you are there at the border, seeing the map of the country and protecting the map of the country, right? That is why the difference is there. Otherwise, I would consider everybody is patriotic, and they show the patriotism in some or the other way. Like normal भी I have seen people 26 January 15th August को हम देखते हैं इतने सारे flags देने बाय पड़े रहते हैं. How many of you pick up the flags if you consider yourself patriotic? These are small things. How many of you keep your country? रास्ते पे कचरा नहीं डाल रहे हो, ऐसे कितने लोग हैं? जो डाल रहा है उसको रोक रहा है, ऐसे कितने लोग हैं? If you want to consider yourself patriot, do these things. It's not only about holding the weapon and killing the enemy of your country and then saving your country. Patriotism doesn't restrict till there, no? Patriotism is every small thing you do in your day-to-day life to save your country, to protect your country, to keep your country clean, to keep your country, a shining country in the entire world. So if you do these small things in the day-to-day basis also, you are patriotic enough.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
I think my question got a little diverted. I just wanted to ask, like, if I want to join that, if I want to give CDS or if I want to join NCC, how how should I feel? Like, I mean, yeah, I agree with your point. Being patriotic doesn't have to be on the borders only. You can be in your country, with your family, and also be patriotic at the same time. But I'm just saying, like, if you came here and you obviously you all know very much than what I do, but you helped us know a lot about how these things work. How can we go here everywhere just by joining this thing? But after being exposed to all this, somewhere I am thinking about my career too. I am I consider myself a very patriotic person. I am so patriotic. I kind of like, it's very, it comes out very bad. Like when I see people littering, when I don't let my friends litter or something like that. It's just a different zone.
So what's your question?
That's how it's. I question is like how people gauge these things, because when I join NCC and CDS, how am I supposed to feel?
You ask yourself, what do you want from your life? What kind of life you want? You have to ask these questions to yourself. What will you feel when you see yourself in uniform? Or what will you feel when you see yourself in some joining Google Nowadays? What will you feel when you see yourself joining PiCA? What will you feel when you see yourself joining हम किसी ना हम किसी को जज कर सकते, हम जज सिर्फ खुद के we can judge only ourselves. And once you start asking these questions to yourself, you will start finding the answers by yourself. Nobody else can give your answers. Okay, so if you want to give CDS, if you want to go for interview, how are you supposed to feel? You ask it to yourself. How can I say that? Because what I felt, I cannot say you will feel pakka that. That's your choice. और अगर आपको आज शॉर्ट सर्विस, अगर आपको डाउट है कि मैं हमेशा फौज में नहीं रह सकता या शायद मुझे हमेशा वो पैशनेट नहीं रहूंगी मैं, there is short service commission. You can serve for 10 years and you can come out and then you can do things of your choice again. So Fauji is also giving you this opportunity, right? So it is only about your thinking. What will I feel? How should I feel? Once you do that, and once you find the answers, you will start working towards it, your goal. That's what I feel.
Yes, 100%.
Did I
Thank
clear
you.
your answer?
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So keep
Thank
asking
you.
these
Thank you,
questions to yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes. Any other question?
I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to take any training regarding SSB interviews and all?
Yes. See, now what happens is a lot of people are taking, a lot of training institutes have been opened now throughout the country. So if you wish to take, definitely you can take. There are a couple of there in Mumbai also. I also used to do it, but since COVID, I have stopped because online is no fun. So because we need to have one-to-one communication, we need to have proper sitting and group discussion and all that. So one of my students joined Indian Navy also a couple of years back, right? But you can definitely go for training. There is no harm. You can just brush up your approach and knowledge and everything once you go for the training, for the coaching for that matter. So so many people do not go and they just get clear the SSB interview. So many people go and they don't get clear the SSB interview. So all the permutation combination is there. You can still try for the training, not a problem.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Any other one? Any other question, please? So Roshni, should we stop here?
Yes, ma'am. Let me thank ma'am, a very warm thank you to you. And thank you very much for enlightening us with such useful information and inspiring us. Thank you for your service and sacrifice for our country and motivating us to be more correspondent and obligated to our mother nation. We thank Dr. Sudhna ma'am and the faculty of PiCA for your time and contribution. Thank you to all the students and the council body. We hope this event has broadened your perspective and knowledge about life and defense. Thank you all for making this event an interactive one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, once again.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I'll end the meeting for all.
Yeah, should I leave the meeting?
Yes, I'll end that meeting for all.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.